It's Earth to Aimee. That's the new name of this podcast. It used to be Wait What, but this is Earth to Aimee with Aimee Mayo. So, have you ever went in a house and the vibe just freak you out?
Oh, yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
Well, when the lady was chained up.
Everything you look at, somebody designed it.
We want to build like little jewel boxes.
So if you're going to sell your house, what do you think are the top 3 things people care about?
You know, one thing that's so special about Nashville is all these people come from all over kind of to live out a dream.
I want to know about staging.
Well,
how does that work? And how much does it cost? What percentage out of 100 does it make difference of selling?
Probably 80%.
What's the weirdest shit you've seen at a house?
I generally have the seller walk me through and show me everything and tell me the story of the house.
What's the biggest mistake people make when they're going to sell their house?
That's why I love this job, because I feel like it's the most intimate thing that you can help somebody through.
Yeah.
It's where they're going to lay their head at night. It's where all the stories.
It's where they live their life.
It's where they live their life.
It's Earth to Aimee. That's the new name of this podcast. It used to be Wait What, but this is Earth to Aimee with Aimee Mayo, and my guest today is Katie Morrell, and she owns, it's called Morrell Property Collective, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And then you got 14 people you're in charge of.
We have 14 team members. Yeah.
And you're like the lead person selling and overseeing.
Correct.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm the mama bear of the group.
Oh, I love that. Do you train and teach them?
We do. So we have like a little program that we put them through called a 30, 60, 90 day.
Oh, I need to know about that.
Yeah, it's a little game plan, and it just super speeds them into success.
Well, so what are the big things you teach them?
We teach them basically how to farm their sphere, like their little group of people that they know, and how to make it more of a relational than transactional experience for people.
Because you can sell a bunch of houses if you got a relationship.
That's right.
That's okay. You were asking why I think songwriting and being a realtor are probably the closest two professions. I'm going to tell you. Because we both rely completely on other people's emotions. We rely completely on them saying yes. And we get rejected a million times more than we get somebody wanting something. We get rejected. And there's so many reasons, but like a good example would be like as a songwriter, we had this one song that Blake Shelton had, and he kept it on hold for 8 months. Well, if somebody's got a song on hold, you can't pitch it to anybody else. They got it. So he kept it on hold 8 months, let it go, and then the next record came around, he put it on hold again for 6 months.
Do people do that strategically?
Not really.
Okay.
Because you figure it out quick if they are. You mean holding them from other people?
Yeah.
It's happened, but people figure that out really fast. And they know who does it, so they don't let them do it. Like those people, they get 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially if they've done it multiple times. But so like with Blake, he kept it, held it up for almost a year, let it go, then put it on hold again for 6 months. And we were at the Songwriter Awards, and I saw him, and I was like making a beeline because I just want to know, what is your deal with this song? I've never had this happen before. And like Chris stopped me. I didn't go say it. But then after 6 months, then he let it go again. And then out of nowhere at the very end, he's just like, oh, I remember that song. I love that song. He recorded it and it went #1. Well,
wow.
That whole thing to me is like a realtor. And then like the opposite, there was a song with Kenny Chesney. I texted it to him and he's like, love it, want it, cutting it Sunday. It was on a Friday. So see, I think a realtor, you might show somebody
That's 2 different
a house.
clients. Yeah. You've got somebody who's ready and then somebody who's on the fence. Yeah.
Yeah. And you might show somebody a house and they like, I'm curious about like if they lost, if it makes a big difference, like if they lose a deal and they really like the house, but then they lose it, somebody else bids higher or they just buy it, you know, because this person can't make their mind up. And then are they more likely to buy the next house they go to?
Well, they're more likely to buy the next house that they like. You know, it's interesting because you'll show someone a house, they'll see the house that they want, the very first house that we walk into, but they won't buy it because it's the very first house that we saw. And so they'll have to look at, you know, 3 or 4 more, and hopefully the first house is still there. But there have been plenty of times where that first house is gone and they're just, you know, kind of out of luck.
Does it change everything?
Well, you know, lengthens the process, of course, unless we find something really quickly that they like. But they're always kind of pining after that one that they lost.
Yeah. I would think it would help, like, them realize you can lose this if you don't do something.
It definitely does.
Like, that's the thing, too, with, like, songs. Some people would hold songs. Like, there's a female artist that was a big artist, and she would hold songs. And the lady that, like, was her gatekeeper, she wouldn't tell her, like, everybody knew, so they quit pitching songs to her because everybody was just like, she just will hold your song and nothing happens.
What's that like? You're super excited when you find out they hold your song and you're kind of on pins and needles waiting for them to make a decision.
Especially when they're like, this is the best thing I've heard. This, you know, they go crazy. She was really bad about it. She's a huge artist, but she was really bad about it. And my friend Missy was the one that was her gatekeeper, but Missy wouldn't tell her. And she's like, can you just tell her? Can you just tell her why you're a songwriter? Can you tell her why, you know, these songwriters aren't pitching her songs? Because that's what she said. Nobody's pitching her songs. So I did. And I never got another song recorded by her. No. She asked me when we got on the phone, like, why's nobody pitch me songs anymore? And I was like, well, because you'll put the song on hold and then it just floats out into the ether. Nobody hears back, and it's just, they're not going to do it.
Is Kenny the fastest at picking a song?
Kenny and Tim, they know what they like. Like Tim, the first number one I ever had, Tim, I was always writing everything for Tim. I just love Tim.
We listened to My Best Friend on the way here.
Okay, My Best Friend.
We love that song.
This is a great example that I think is like being a realtor. My Best Friend with Tim, he said that he heard that song and he knew within 2 lines he was cutting that song.
It's so good.
And I read that in a magazine. He didn't tell me that, but he just knows what he likes and what he wants. And I think they both decide, like, I've heard them both say things. Like, Kenny told me there was a song, something about this. It's one of my favorite songs he did, but there's a line in it. And it's like, I told her I loved her. We both laughed because we knew it wasn't true. And like, so he said he heard that line and recorded the song. But the big artists, like Tim and Kenny, are the best. Like, Kenny has, like, it's the worst when they're singing it to you on the phone and you're just like, you hear how they sound on it. There's one song he took in to the studio for 3 albums, but never put it out. Like, but I've known him so long. I knew him since he couldn't afford fries, you know, with his hamburger.
That is wild.
Like, so I've known him so long. But that's the only time he's ever done that. Every other time he's cut it quick. And he just, like, he knows what he likes, and so does Tim. Like, but so when you walk in a house, can you tell pretty quick if they're gonna like
if they like it or they want to buy it? A lot of times it's interesting. I'll go preview something for a client who's looking for something, and if I feel like it's a fit, I'll call them immediately and say, you got to get over here. And 9 times out of 10, it's the house.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm somebody who really just puts puzzles together.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always trying to find that piece. Okay,
how many times do they tell you they want something, they know exactly what they want, and then they buy something completely different?
A lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I know that they don't want that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
You know, but you do something long enough, you become pretty good at it.
Yeah.
You know, they say it's like 10,000 times or something.
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's always fun and interesting.
I love that because, like, And plus, there's so many indecisive people that part of your job I'm fascinated by, because how do you kind of gently...
Well, and getting both of them on the same page. Like if you have a husband and wife,
God.
you'll have people who have different tastes. So, again, we were talking about it earlier. We play so many roles. You play a mediator, you play an attorney, which we're not supposed to. Oh, yeah, people get in fights. We're therapists, we're financial advisors. We play so many roles, but bringing people to the same page and helping them compromise. Sometimes you'll have to be the one that helps them compromise.
Yeah.
I
was telling somebody the other day, Chris and me, like, we scare our marriage therapist. Like, she don't know what to think, because we're just our normal selves in there. We're not pretending like we're different.
You shouldn't.
I can only imagine the fights you're trying to deal with. Like, so who makes the decision usually about...
The woman.
The woman?
The wife is always the one who makes the decision. Usually, because, it's the woman's nest, really.
Yeah. What about if it's a single guy?
He usually has a woman's opinion at some point.
Well,
and
you're
single
probably
guys
really
will lean
good
on
for
me.
that.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably really good if it's a single guy, because he needs help all the way around.
He does.
Because they don't really know anything.
No.
And like...
They need help with decorating, all the things.
100%. Yeah. Like, that's one thing I heard Theo Vaughn with this guy, Andrew, I love that comedian, that redheaded guy, Andrew. He told him, he was like, I went in your house and he still had pictures of the people that lived there before he bought it.
That's
he never
hilarious.
took them down. And so the guys just don't pay attention to the same things, as girls.
And my husband, luckily, doesn't care anything about decorating. So he just lets me, have free will.
Women need to be the ones doing it, I think. Like Chris and me fought about, I painted these, they were old and they were cool, but they're beams, but I painted them white. So we got in a big fight about that. But they look better white.
I don't know. My brother could definitely decorate better than me.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of guys, like my uncle, he can come over here and just look at something and straighten it out so fast. Like, because I miss all kinds of stuff. Like, but I do love, like, my daughter was laughing at me on Pinterest. I had like over 80,000 pins.
Are you serious?
But that's part of being OCD.
Yeah. Are you OCD?
Oh my gosh.
Where are you OCD?
Do you have looping I'll put thoughts? A picture. I'm going to put a picture like on this podcast to like, okay, so when I wrote my book, I have a room. It was full. We finally shredded the paper, but I was just writing shit over and over and over, like trying to make it better. And I realized this, I don't know if this is even better or not. It's just different, like, so I'm OCD when it comes to like trying to make shit perfect and doing it over and over and trying to, like, I'm real bad that way. And I'm OCD, I guess it would be OCD with like numbers. Like, I like the number 1 and 11. I'm always adding all that. And
really,
like the people at my publishing companies knew, so they knew they could totally take advantage of me, because they knew if they offered me this, you know what I mean? It would probably be the same way with a house. I probably wouldn't even be able to talk about it if it was priced that what added up right, or if the address added right.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like Chris and me, our wedding day is 11/11/99, which all equals 1 across the board. You know what I mean? It's not going to be another date like that, like 11/11, and
did
then
you
the
take
99.
That into consideration when you were planning your wedding?
Oh yeah, I love
OCD
numbers.
Fascinates me.
I love numbers. I think it would be fascinating if we could switch like our minds for a day.
I know,
and go through the world, because. Yeah, I'm pretty bad OCD. Like, I've had some that I've worked on, but I feel bad, like, because our son Oscar, the one that just got the record deal, he wrote a song.
Congrats on that, by the way.
I'm so proud of him.
You should be.
He wrote a song, and it's talking about flipping a coin, and it's talking about, I'd never heard a song about this, which I love, but it's talking about, like, if I don't make my bed, something bad's gonna happen if I don't do this, like, and even when he was like 14, I would always knock on wood and stuff, and that's superstition more than OCD, but like
they're kind of tied together though,
they are kind of tied together. Like I know it rubbed off on him, like pretty big time, like, because that song mentions other things. But yeah, I've always been pretty bad OCD. Like, you're not OCD at all?
Yeah, I have some OCD
What?
tendencies. I need everything to be in order, and I don't like things to be out of order. And
what do you mean? What do you mean
like
by
if
order?
I go into my kitchen and I see like dust or something on the floor, I'm wetting my finger and picking it up. Everything has to be just so. But none of my family members are OCD. And
do they know like what you're going to do?
They know that like when I come home, things need to be kind of in place because it makes me feel crazy if they're not. So, and it comes from our childhood because, most of our childhood was out of control.
Oh,
and so really it's just us trying to control.
Yeah, that's true.
When we don't really have control at all.
What about, so like, I know a guy that was a publisher, and if he had stuff on his desk, like my friend was like, watch this, and he went in there and moved something.
I'll move things back.
Do you have it where it's supposed to be?
I have now learned to live with people who don't have OCD, and I just put things of theirs in piles now.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, I mean, it's so weird how it can play out in different ways. Like, I try to be careful about checking the doors locked over and over and all that. But I do like stuff with checking that candles are blown out, and I'll go back out to my studio over and over. But I accidentally burned my house down. That's got a reason. There's a reason for that. A lot
of creatives have OCD. You burned your house down?
Yeah.
When?
11th grade.
Oh, my goodness. A childhood home.
That's saying every good deed.
Yeah. Doesn't go unpunished. What is it? No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah. So it was that kind of deal. I had my favorite teacher had a date, and she was like, I wish I had some gold sandals. And I was sitting in there, and it was like study hall last period. And I was like, I've got gold sandals. And she was like, what size do you wear? She had this day, she was real excited about. And I was like, they're size 7. And she's like, oh, and I was like, I can go get them. I only live a mile away, but I didn't have a car. So my friend Jeff took me home to my house to get those shoes. And it was
your
like
teacher?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And he took me there to get those shoes, and we were smoking. We were listening to Brass Monkey.
In what grade were you smoking?
11th.
Oh, my God. I love it. Yeah, I was smoking too.
Marlboro Lights.
Yeah, Marlboro Lights for sure. And then American Spirits. I graduated to something cool.
Oh, that's like fancier. That's better.
And my favorite thing was to smoke cloves and roll around on the floor and listen to music.
I love cloves, how they smell.
Yeah.
And they're
you didn't
black,
stink,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember those capris that were so skinny?
Yeah.
I loved those too. But we went home to my house, and like I just was going in, and I was like, my stepdad Mike's like a bloodhound, so I knew he would smell it instantly. And so I just thumped that cigarette, and then maybe 45 minutes after school was out, like I was at my friend Brooke's house, and the phone rang, and her mom said, we need to go to Amy's right now.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, why? And she was like, your house is on fire. And I was like, there's no way my house is on fire. I was just there. And so what's really nuts is I would have never known I did it, ever. I would have never known I did it. I wouldn't have put that even together with the cigarette. But I was standing next to my stepdad in the driveway, and he was asking the fire marshal, what do you think started this fire? You know what I mean? Over and over, he kept asking. And that fire marshal said, well, if you want to ask me, I'd say it started over there by, somebody threw a cigarette down over there.
Aimee.
And my stepdad left a fucking gas can over there. It was like we just blew up our whole deal.
My God.
So I thumped the cigarette over there. There's a gas can over there. And it burned all the way down.
Did he know it was you?
Not till my book came out.
Yeah.
Not till my book came out. I was just so afraid. That was torture, honestly.
Yeah, that would be very scary. I would not want to tell that to somebody.
It was really the guilt from it. And then watching my mom and everybody crying about stuff it was awful.
But I understand why you didn't, because he was scary.
I don't even know what would have happened.
Yeah, he was scary.
I mean, I don't even know what would have happened.
How hard was it to carry that, though, for so long?
Hideous. It was awful. And then what's really the most craziest part is after my book came out, I was still real scared about, even though we have a good relationship now, I was still real scared about what he was going to do. And then my mom, I told her right before the book came out, and she was like, "Oh, Aimee, I always knew you burned the house down." And I'm like,
wow.
How did we never?
She probably was protecting you too, though,
that?
Don't you think?
Maybe. I don't know, but it's like, but probably my whole life, that was awful. I mean, it was awful carrying that. Like, it was hideous, honestly. Like, just, seeing somebody cry about something they lost. But the weirdest part about it was that my brother and me both had two things survive that fire. And both of them were paper.
Really?
And it was because he had his baseball cards in a little metal box, and I had all my diaries in a metal trunk. And they smelled like smoke.
Do you still have those diaries?
Yeah, I got all those diaries.
Well, those are more precious than gold.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll ever do with those diaries. Like, I've got all those diaries. If you really want to go back in time to who you were, read a 13-year-old diary, like, of how.
That's something I wish I would have done, is more journaling.
It's good. Do it now. You can always do it. Like, but now I don't write in them so much. Like, I have, like, my journal that I've had for, like, it'll last me 5 years. Instead of used to, it would last me like 2 months because I was grounded and I was doing nothing but just writing. And that, so little print, just writing like crazy. I can't imagine, though, like, being in your job, having to deal with these couples fighting.
It's not often that they're fighting.
It's not often?
Not often, but it does happen. And, one of the greatest things about being a realtor is helping people find somewhere they lay their head down at night.
Yeah.
So just trying to keep everyone cool, calm, and collected is a big part of my job on both sides. Keeping the other agent cool, calm, and collected. You have a lot of agents that you'll work with who want to be adversarial automatically because they think that's servicing their client.
Do they think that it's what their client wants or something?
I think they just think they're going to be big, bad, and tough and get their client what they want.
Yeah.
Or, it's just, the key is to keeping everyone calm, collected, and getting everyone to the finish line.
Yeah. That's a gift.
It is. And it's when they do become that way, not taking it personal, just moving through it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of complex things that happen.
Like, tell me a few examples.
Well, I think the inspection,
I love this stuff.
I think the inspection period, having an inspection on the house that your buyer's going to purchase, or if you have the seller, having all these strangers come in, if you're the seller, and telling you what's wrong with the house feels you almost feel kind of naked.
Yeah.
And it can be offensive to people. So helping the seller work through that process, and then the buyer, keeping them positive and
from
not
flipping out.
Yeah, from not flipping out and getting so scared, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? This house is falling apart. I get that all the time. I'm like, no, it's not falling apart. And everything on this is fixable. But there have been times when you go into a house, you get an inspection back, and I have said to my client, given them the advice, I probably wouldn't move forward on this.
Yeah.
There's too many things that need to be done. And unless the seller is willing to fix those things, then I probably wouldn't move forward. But at the end of the day, you have to make that choice. Because it's subjective,
What's the biggest surprise you've had?
I don't feel like anything.
With an inspection.
With an inspection, I don't think there's that many surprises. I mean, I think structural things usually are really hard.
What do you mean? Like, what kind?
Like, if the foundation is cracking or if it's sagging in a space. I did have some buyers that purchased a home, and the seller was actually an owner agent. This is crazy. and I can't use names.
Yeah.
But they knew that there were structural issues on that house.
And they didn't say.
And did not disclose it. This is so terrible. And we had inspections and everything. And even inquired about certain cracks that we saw in the wall, and had a structural person come over that confirmed everything was fine, not a big deal. Come to find out, that owner agent had hid that they had had several quotes from structural companies to the tune of like $150,000, $200,000 of issues that they didn't correct or disclose. The house was actually like falling off the foundation.
Can that be fixed?
Not really. I mean, not without a tremendous amount of money. And so my buyers, luckily, I had put everything in writing, and my buyers were able to sue that owner agent, into purchasing the home back from them.
Yeah.
And for damages.
Yeah.
Because we did everything through writing. And they were able to sue for damages and the home to be bought back, and then to move forward and buy something else, you know. But that was probably the worst.
And they knew exactly what they were doing.
They did, or they would have disclosed it.
Yeah.
And what they don't realize is you're not only ruining your reputation, but it affects my reputation.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm supposed to protect these people. And we did do all the due diligence and do everything. And luckily, I did have everything in writing, and we were able to help them
that's so
get
good
out of
you
the
did, 'cause
situation.
They were being such a mess.
But that was disappointing to me as an agent, to see another agent be the seller
they knew.
And not disclose that. Yeah.
They knew what it meant.
Yeah. Right now, we have so much inventory in our market. It's actually the largest inventory we've had, like in the history.
Like in Nashville?
In Nashville, in the market. So it's really competitive for sellers right now. Your house has got to be almost perfect, because there's so much that everyone has to choose from.
Yeah, I get.
So you can kind of get what you want right now as a buyer.
For me, like Chris and me have looked at some places, like I just don't like anything. It's so bad. Like,
well, it's hard to compete with where you're coming from. This is such a special property.
It's a world of our own. You know?
You have a special property.
And that's how Martina McBride, like we've been friends forever, and I really love. Have you been to her house?
I have not.
They got the oldest tree in Davidson County in their front yard. And she thought I was crazy at first when we were, but like, we hadn't known each other that long, and we went over there for a dinner party, and I was like, can I just come sit under this tree and write sometime? Because that tree's been there for like probably 700 years. It's huge. It's beautiful. And
did it survive the ice storm? I'm sure it did. Yeah.
I know where all the good ones are. Like there's one in Creve Hall that it has a little plaque in front. I think it's maybe the third, but I just love a tree like that. Like, I mean, it's so big and huge and beautiful. But so she loves her house. Like, I love her house. And they've been there 25 years probably, but they bought land somewhere. She's looked and looked. She's been to over 100 houses.
Wow.
She don't like nothing. And like, I haven't seen anything I like either. So,
a lot of times with a client like you have to find something off market.
I think we're going to have to build.
Yeah.
Or renovate. I've only seen one house that I really liked, but I still I didn't like their steps everywhere, and I didn't like that. But like, and there's not many mid-centuries here, and I think I want a mid-century maybe, or a different vibe. Like, but we went to some houses, so that's why I was wondering if you know, because like I'll go in a room, like the one room, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I don't even want to look at any more
why
of it.
waste the time?
Yeah, and I don't want to waste the realtor's time either. So I'm usually like, that's how we met Shane, is we went and looked. Chris was like, let's go look at a place, and like the second we got there, I knew it wasn't right. And then, but then those two started talking, and like,
Shane's a friend
y'all
of
all
mine.
know each other, right?
Yeah.
Y'all are all, it's like songwriters kind of.
A lot of us know each other, yes. There are 9,000 realtors.
But
like
all
in
the
Middle
big ones
Tennessee.
know each other.
They know each other, yeah.
There's like probably 9,000 songwriters, like, in all the big ones know each other and they know what people are doing. Like, y'all all know if something gets listed immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. In fact, a lot of times, the phone rings way before it gets listed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's good though, because like with this house, if somebody was like, we want a full recording studio that's not in the house, because they're all in the house, like that's the problem. They're not recording studios really. They're just like a little basement studio or something.
They're part of it.
And that's why, I mean, this property's crazy. Like, but I'd rather split it and find a way to build a wall or something and keep this and build a new driveway.
That would be amazing. I
would love that. We would love to keep the studio. I mean, like, but everything's gone up in price around here.
Could you build onto the studio?
Maybe. We talked about it, but it's like pure concrete
stucco
blocks.
Oh.
Like, if you saw I found some pictures the other day, like, it's solid as a rock. Like, Metallica could be playing in this room. You couldn't even hear it in the driveway.
That's amazing.
Like, that's the thing. It's all soundproof. And like, plus you can't build studios like this anymore just because everything's so expensive. The guy that built it is the best studio builder in the world. And
Didn't he do Blackbird?
Yeah, he did Blackbird. He did Taylor Swift's studio. He did Ron Tedder's studio. Like, he's the best. He's the very best. He's the one that was saying how much it'd cost if you tried to build it now. But that's part of the problem. We love the studio. We just love the studio.
Well, you're using it for this now too.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And like, that's the thing. Like, I love Creve Hall. That was a question.
I love Creve Hall too.
You do? It's the perfect
I think Creve Hall
neighborhood.
is one of the last kept secrets.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what, like, do you think is the little neighborhoods people don't know about that are, how Seven Park was like maybe 20 years ago, like, and everything just started getting more and more expensive. Do you think Creve Hall's the one?
I think Creve Hall is definitely going to get more and more expensive, and I think people are actually going to the lots are larger, so I think you're going to see developers come in and start to tear down lots and build bigger.
Funny, you're saying that because we
properties.
have a house in Creve Hall. It's on a corner lot. It's a beautiful lot, and my mom and my stepdad lived there, and the house next door. This guy lived next door forever. His name was Jim, and he lived to be 100.
Wow.
And then he got put in like a old folks home or whatever, and he didn't make it long because he hated it. And then they have built such a big house on the lot next door that it's insane. And the house like that we have is worth like, Chris and me fight about it because I just can't even believe it. You know what I mean? Because it's gone up. I mean, it's just that neighborhood. I guess people are finding out because if you drive through there, everything's for sale.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's for sale. There'll be like 5 houses on one street.
Yeah.
But I love Creve Hall. It's like you can walk your dog. It's like so active at night. I
love Creve Hall. I think Bellevue is a last kept secret.
Yeah.
Too,
I haven't been to Bellevue in a while. Like, what parts
of Bellevue? I don't
really know that much about Bellevue.
I just think Bellevue as a whole, because it's so close to like Belmead and, it's a good location. It has its own little kind of city and vibe. And I think the real it spot right now, though, is Wedgewood-Houston.
Okay. Wedgewood-Houston. Where exactly is that? Like down?
So it's 37203. It's close to downtown. It's close to 8th Avenue. Close to the Gulch. It has so much happening in that neighborhood right now that it's insane. You've got Bruno Cucinelli, you've got Hermes, you've got Pastis.
Oh, God, I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, you've got Bastion, Iggy's. I think Sally's Last Ride is getting ready to open over there. Zimmerman. I've got a development over there. It's 129 units called The Modernist.
Oh, my
Wedgewood-Houston.
gosh.
It is a wellness-focused building, so sauna, cold plunge, pool.
That's genius.
Yeah, it's genius. It's a short-term rental, but we're calling it flexible living because it's really more for the person who kind of wants to dip their toe into Nashville.
Yeah.
For the songwriter, producer,
It's
artist,
perfect.
because they're all in Wedgewood-Houston because of Soho.
Yeah.
It's got 4 live workspaces. It's a mid-rise, 5 stories.
Oh, that's awesome. And that kind of thing, that's what we also want to, we'll probably move around a little bit whenever we do sell because we want to be places like that where you can just go out and walk and go get a piece of pizza and have a beer, whatever. You know what I mean? Just walk around and like, because we don't have a sidewalk, you know.
That's I love 12 South. I love Belmont, Hillsborough, those neighborhoods because of the walkability. You're seeing a lot of people from California, New York, Chicago moving to those neighborhoods because they like the walkability.
Yeah.
Belmont Boulevard is probably one of my very favorite streets. Yeah.
We have a good friend that has a house there, and like his house is amazing. Like, and it's probably quadrupled in, value. Okay, so I got a question. What's the weirdest house you ever went in?
Well, I will tell you the weirdest thing that ever happened, and it was a weird house. One time I went into this house. This is terrible. There was a woman that was chained to the bed.
Oh, fuck. Are you serious?
And it's when I lived in Bristol, and the house was really weird, and I think that's how the lady wasn't with it. Like, I think she had mental issues.
Who chained her?
I think they were chaining her to like babysit.
Oh, to kind of like
to restrain her. She was just kind of going, ah.
And you went in and just saw her?
I went in and saw her, and my clients were there, and the homeowner was there, and then I just pulled the door shut. I felt like I was seeing something I should not see.
Why would the owner leave this happening?
No, the owner was still there.
How would they not tell you or tell the people?
It was the weirdest. You're asking me. It was the weirdest, strangest thing.
What'd they say?
Nothing really. We just kind of backed out.
Was she old?
She was probably in her 40s.
Oh, fuck. I thought she was going to be like Alzheimer's, like real old.
But she wasn't with it. It was like, it was like.
And you just shut the door?
Oh,
that's like a movie.
You know the Goonies?
I love the Goonies. It sounds like the Goonies.
What's his name? The guy in the basement. It's not Chunk. It's Chunk.
Is it Chunk? I just remember Cyndi Lauper did the song.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like a Chunk situation.
Oh my gosh.
It was really sad and disturbing.
Oh my gosh, that is sad.
Yeah.
That would flip me out.
Yeah, and then one time I was doing this development and we were selling these condos, and we bought this property from a guy who lived next door, and he had no running water and no electricity, but he went to University of Tennessee and graduated from the engineering school. Really extremely bright human being, but he was like a very high functioning autistic person, and he was a hoarder. And so we bought his like farm from his childhood next door. Well, we finished the condos, and I walk over to show one of the condos, and I open up the primary closet, and all of a sudden somebody's laying in a sleeping bag like this, and they sit straight up and they look over at me and they go, "Well, Katie, what are you doing here?" And it was Leland from next door because he didn't have running water.
Oh my
or
gosh,
electricity.
in the closet.
And he was squatting in the primary closet, and he had Little Debbie cakes and like an Arnold Palmer. And I just shut the door.
Did it scare you bad?
It scared me to death. He sat up like this. He goes, "What are you doing here, Katie?" And luckily, my clients were still kind of meandering through. I was going through to turn on the lights. And so I just shut the door and I go, "They're doing some work in here. We'll have to go to the one next door."
Thank God you went through that. Do you always go through?
I try to turn on lights, for people.
Well, and if you've had opened a door and somebody be in it like that, I would. So you go through it room by room first?
Room by room. Well, I was just ahead of them because they were still, I was going through turn on lights. And so I pulled the door shut and I said, "They're still doing some work. Let's go in the one next door." And so then I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening. And so I called the police to go over there and remove Leland. He just lives next door. Go back home, Leland.
How do you know?
Because we had bought the property from him and kind of developed this relationship. And he was he was like a fixture in Bristol. You would see him walking everywhere.
So it was his property, but he was...
It was his farm, but he kept the farmhouse.
Yes.
We had broken off a piece of the property. And so I had called the police to go remove Leland. he kind of creeped me out a little bit, so that's why I called the police.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then I went back to see, if they had taken Leland out, and he comes walking down the stairs. He leans into my car with a FedEx shirt, which he never worked at FedEx.
Oh my gosh!
And he had that little Debbie cake, and he said, "Katie, you're never going to believe this, but my brother's at it again." And I said, "What do you mean your brother's at it again?" He goes, "He called the police on me here." And I said, "No, Leland, I called the police on
gosh.
you. You don't live here, and I'm trying to sell these."
That's insane.
And you cannot spend the night here.
Did he still keep doing it?
No, he goes, "All right, I'll have my things out." And then I felt bad.
Oh my
I felt bad for old Leland, but anyway.
Little Debbie's ruined my life in middle school.
What?
They ruined my life. I fucking hate Little Debbie's so much.
You got to tell me more.
Our daughter knows. She's like, "Mom, look, Little Debbie's if we're at the grocery store."
What happened?
I just gained all this weight. I gained so much weight. I feel like Little Debbie stole every boyfriend I could have ever had.
What was your favorite one?
Star Crunch.
Star Crunch,
Nutty Buddies, oatmeal cream pie. I know all of them. And
I
zebra
love a Swiss
cakes.
roll. Is that a
yeah, it's that little yes. We always had Little Debbie's, and there was something I put in my book about. It says unwrap a smile or something. It's like unwrap a Smith and Wesson because you're gonna want to blow your fat ass up after you eat all this.
You need to write a song about damn Debbie.
I hate Little Debbie's. That girl smiling on the thing with that little straw hat. It's like those things ruined my life.
Little Debbie's a little
never
bitch.
Bought them. Yeah, Little Debbie's a little bitch. It's 100% true. They ruined when I was around 13. I just put on so much. I was always grounded in my room writing with Little Debbie's. I mean, that was my whole thing. But they were 99 cents for a box. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. That stuff's cheap.
Of course it
it's
is.
So unhealthy, but
and
it's
it tastes
cheap.
good.
And it does taste good.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't bought any Little Debbie's since I've been a grown up. What do you think smell has to do with selling a house? I'm such a big smell person.
Well, I mean, if it smells like cat pee, it's not going to sell.
Yeah.
And if it smells like, warm cookies, you're going to have a better chance.
You think cookies are better? What's the best smell?
Just clean. Really not a lot of smell.
Supplies?
I don't know. Smell is so subjective too. I think less smell, just
No
neutral.
smell?
Neutral.
When we walked into this house, the first time, it's so crazy because we weren't looking for a house.
Mm-hmm.
We were renovating another house.
Mm-hmm.
It was tore to pieces, and we were renovating another house, and right in the middle of it, we were trying to get ideas for the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
But when we came in the house, we weren't even in it long, and I went to the bathroom and said a prayer on my knees. Please let us live here. Please let us get this house somehow. We couldn't afford it. I just felt like we were supposed to be here. And the smell, though, when we walked in, it was this candle called Inner Peace, and it was the best candle I've ever smelled. And it went out of, they quit making it. I want to make it on that little store.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the first thing is the candle. I want to make that candle because it went they didn't do it anymore. But the smell of the house, along with the house, the whole thing. Because I'd been drawing a dream house since middle school that had a stream. It had it had a turret. I didn't know what a turret was.
I love a turret.
I love a turret. Mm-hmm. There was one house in Gadsden in my hometown that had a turret. And I didn't even know what it was called. I just loved it. Mm-hmm. And then in my dream house I would draw, it had a ruffled roof, but I didn't know what that was called. And the only thing different was it had a sunken-in living room in the one I would draw.
A little conversation pit.
Yeah, I love it because
those are back, by the way.
Are they really?
Conversation pits and
100%
and defined
do that.
Spaces. People don't really want the open floor plan anymore.
That's the thing to me. All the new houses, to me, look the same.
I agree.
And they have
that's
the
moving.
Same
People are
granite.
moving away from it, though.
Chris was walking through that house they're building next door to the house we have, and I was like, they have cameras everywhere. You need to get out of that house. Like, but he's bitching about this, that, and the other, how they're doing it. You know what I mean? Like that they're not doing quality, the way they're
Some people
building
are.
it.
Again, where there's so much inventory, buyers are so picky now.
Yeah.
You can't just throw up a white box.
Do they know? Like,
they know now. People are not buying that anymore. People want soul.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot of older homes with good renovations, people being interested in those. I'm flipping a house right now in Abbotsford.
Where's that?
Green Hills. It's kind of close to the mall.
I love Green Hills.
I love Green Hills too.
I love Green Hills.
That's where I live. I love it because you can just zip.
I love Green Hills.
Yeah.
That is in my top 2 favorite neighborhoods.
What's your number
Green
1?
Hills. I love it out here.
Yeah.
I loved Green Hills best, but I've been out here, like we've lived out here. I think if we built, I would totally build in Green Hills. But I have so many great memories in Green Hills because my dad lived at Royal Arms Apartments, which I hope they never change those. So have you ever went in a house and the vibe just freak you out?
Oh, yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
Well, when the lady was chained up. Yeah.
But did you feel it before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've felt it in several houses. It's, the energy. You and I are both empaths.
Big time.
And so I can pick up energy. I think that's why I was drawn to you because I love your energy.
Yeah, I love your energy too.
And people you're drawn to, houses have that same energy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I went to a house with my friend who was looking for a house. This was probably 15 or 20 years ago. And it was a big house. It looked pretty good from the outside, but we go in and I just wanted out immediately. And then she was like, we can't be that rude. She met us over here. We need to at least look. And I was like, something is bad wrong here. And so then all I wanted to know is who lived there, and so it was a televangelist.
Ooh.
Isn't that weird?
Ooh.
I was like, I never forgot that. And then we went in, like Christmas, when we were looking, we went in another house and even furniture can have a messed up vibe.
Yeah. Agreed.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And how it was crafted and who crafted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or an antique, how many things is that antique?
And some things have a good energy.
Oh, yeah.
But I have been around things. I don't want that anywhere near me, whatever that is,
I've actually listed homes. And again, I can't say names or anything, but where I have saged the home.
You've saged it first?
Saged it.
Yeah, I get it. We saged this studio after multiple people we wrote with that just came out here. And like there was one girl, celebrity, her sister's one of the biggest celebrities on the planet. And like when she left, I love the girl, but something was wrong. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get the feelings out. It was just pain. And so like, I've never saged this place like I did then. But every now and then you'll get like, we would write with somebody and it would just be like, we can't even write in there for a couple days. We had to air this out. Like, and you could feel it. It was heaviness, a weight. And like, that's the things, you feel good energy too. But so the weirdest is those things. But what's the weirdest shit you've seen at a house? Like people just did. People do crazy stuff.
I think putting a tub like in the floor,
like a hot tub would be,
like it's sunken, like a heart shape.
Oh shit!
Boom chicka wow wow. And them not knowing like we need to change this.
Yeah,
you're not going to sell the house like this. Yeah, stuff like that. Just crazy.
Weird taste choices.
Weird wallpaper. Just weird art that is inappropriate.
We went to a house with some very weird art in L.A.
Yeah, I went and these married couple had boudoir pictures. Oh, like naked.
Yes.
And I'm like, you should probably take those down before people.
Did you tell them?
No, because we were the people.
Oh, you were looking at it.
And, just, wow, like seeing it all.
Yeah. Was it them?
Yes.
Shit.
And then you're seeing naked pictures of these two people.
I did. That just reminded me.
It's crazy. Really, it was the wife. It wasn't.
She was the naked one.
She was the naked one.
And she didn't mind.
She didn't mind. And it was hilarious because she was in like a fishing vest and hiking boots, but nothing under the fishing vest and nothing on right here. I'm like, that is the weirdest.
Was it a painting or a picture?
No, a picture.
Oh, shit.
That is
it was
just
real.
Weird.
People are weird. They really are weird.
Really weird.
They're like, we went in LA to some places and it's like, it makes you want to just go know who lives here, who did this.
Well, and who didn't tell you not to take it? Like your listing agent.
How would they not tell you to take it down?
Maybe she's an exhibitionist.
She probably liked it.
She probably liked us all talking about it. Yeah.
We saw a house in Nashville once, and the couple, it was a badass house. It was like probably the only house we thought about getting before. We lived in, like, I don't know if it's Green Hills, but it's Hillsborough Village.
Yeah.
Barton Avenue.
Yeah. I love Hillsborough Village.
I love Barton Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best trick-or-treat street.
Yeah.
But so we lived in Barton Avenue, but we were looking for a place. We didn't even look that much. We only looked at probably 5 or 6 houses. But this one house that was so cool that we went in, above the bed, they were getting divorced is why they were selling it. But I never forgot it. Above the bed, it said, don't go to bed mad, stay up and fight. It said that above their bed.
And they were getting a divorce.
And then they were getting a divorce. And like, that's the thing too. We had our house next door, like these people bought it. And they were only in it. We never really even met them. They were only in there like 9 months. And then it's like, where'd they go? They got divorced. They might have been moving there to try to salvage something.
Yeah.
Or I'm not really sure. They had kids, though. We heard them playing. But then the house was empty. We didn't know what happened. And they were gone. That's another thing. Nobody knows their neighbors anymore. Like, it depends on where you live. Like, we don't know our neighbors. And we've been here for like decades.
Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing.
I think after being here, like it'd be hard, like if we pass them every day, you know, in the driveway, like in Creve Hall, the house that we owned, like they just built that massive one next to it, but it's got to be weird because like they share a driveway almost. I mean, it's right there. There's no way.
That can cause some problems.
Yeah. I mean, like, we haven't really had a bad neighbor. We had one lady who wouldn't stop bitching about the dog barking, but the dog was running off coyotes.
Yeah.
Like,
and dogs bark.
Dogs bark.
Dogs bark.
And
I think Larry David said in one episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, I would rather take a thief because they take things and neighbors take your time.
Oh, shit. That's so true.
I know.
This lady was so messed up. I almost sent her like a little sleep machine air thing like for Christmas because she had other problems, but
it's called unhappiness.
Yeah. She just made them like it was our dog, like Tina. She was a rescue. She had 2 shock collars on. Like if she barked, they would shock. Like,
yeah,
we tried everything, but she really was like trying to be a guard dog. And there were bad coyotes because we lost a dog.
Oh no.
There's bad coyotes out here.
We see coyotes in Green Hills.
You do? Yeah. I kind of feel sorry for them, but they just kill shit and don't even eat it.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know the deal about a coyote? They do roll call at night. You know when they do the howling?
Yeah.
The reason they do that is because if one of them doesn't answer, then the female goes into heat immediately.
Are you serious?
So it's called a roll call.
I didn't know that, but we hear them still.
Yeah,
all the
they're
time.
doing roll call.
We hear a donkey too. Do you know about the donkeys?
No.
The donkeys, if you're in where you have a little bit of land, like the thing with coyotes, if there's a bad problem, people get a donkey because they
fight them
the
off.
Shit out of a coyote and they never come back. Like they're known like to protect from coyotes because they just like they'll kick them once, they're done. I mean, they remember, you know what I mean, and they don't go back.
Fascinating.
We would just hear this hee-hawing all the time. I want to know about staging. Like, well, how does that work and how much does it cost? What's the whole thing?
Okay, so staging is important because people can't visualize spaces. So if you've got somebody who has terrible taste, or they don't have enough furniture, I always suggest staging, and it just depends on the cost. I mean, it could range anywhere from $1,200 to $10,000.
Is that for the whole house?
Well, we don't generally stage the whole house. I like to do like the main floor and the primary bedroom.
Yeah,
but it's
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a waste of money really to stage upstairs and
so how
all
do
the
you walk
bedrooms.
through and do it and decide?
So I take my director of operations and my marketing director, who Addison Lebo and Amber Bear, who are my left and right arm, and we go in and we call it a listing consultation, and we walk through the home. I generally have the seller walk me through and show me everything and tell me the story of the house, and then we're just paying attention. I've got 3 sets of eyeballs on the house at all times, and we're walking through and seeing, what we see would make the house more sellable, the suggestions that we can make. And we're taking notes and making lists and hearing the story. And then when we get done, we basically send a list to the seller of things that they need to do.
How does it work, though? I'm fascinated by the staging because I don't know anything about it, and you always hear about it.
We have a staging person come in, and they put together like a bid for it. Sometimes we'll have 2 people come in to see, who can give a better price.
Is there like one that's the badass, or is there multiple?
I mean, I generally use CNC Design. That's who I use. She's got a large inventory.
So they have a warehouse full of furniture?
They have a warehouse full of furniture, and then they come over and they just set it up and they zhuzh it and put accessories, and it's great. And a lot of times awesome. I'll have people buy the staging.
I bet.
Buyers.
Like how much of a difference would you say, like what percentage out of 100 does it make difference of selling?
Probably 80%.
Shit, really?
Mm-hmm. If it needs it. Now, some people you go in and they've got a beautiful home and it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it really makes a difference is in like the little condos.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
the little high-rise condos.
Because people, they're boring like you can't
They're
imagine.
boring. They all look the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people will come in and buy just because they love the furniture.
Yeah. They love, I get it.
And they love the way it's styled and
if they're willing to and wanting to live in a condo, they're a certain personality type anyway. Yeah. They want things easy.
They want things easy. They want it done. And then the staging company will make a list of items and the pricing. And it makes it easy.
I love that. I'm fascinated by the staging stuff.
That would be a hard job to move things in and out. Yeah, I do. I think it would be hard to move things in and out all the time.
Chad would probably be great.
Chad would be
Don't
great.
You think?
Chad, we've actually talked about it before. He would be really good.
I bet you would kill it.
He would.
Anybody that is good at interior design, like it's a whole. Well, design is everything. Mm-hmm. And people don't realize even spoons are designed.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything. There's this book I love by this guy, Chip Kidd. He does book covers. And so you've seen him because he's done the most famous ones. Him and this guy, Rodrigo Corral. Like they both are the 2 biggest book cover guys. But Chip Kidd wrote a book and he's talking about design and he's talking about everything you look at, somebody designed it. It doesn't matter what it is. They designed it. And design
That's an
can
intriguing
be a
thought.
fork or plate. It can be anything. It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're even a design.
Yeah.
As humans.
Yeah, exactly. Everything.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that, but that's so true. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, it's a weird thing that everything, somebody designed it, like a cereal box or a can or everything. And I love stuff like that. Like, I just love stuff like that. And I think it has so much more to do with how you feel when you go somewhere. You know what I mean? Than like people even pay attention to.
Well, houses, for example, that design.
Do you have a favorite architecture? Like a type or architect?
I really love Bobby McAlpin.
Okay, I'm going to have to look.
He's an architect and he's very talented.
Is he from Nashville?
I think he's from Alabama.
I'm from Alabama.
I think he's from Alabama. I may be wrong, but he's done a lot of homes here and he's very talented.
Does he live here now?
He does not live here now. I
don't know actually
here?
where
he lives. He does do things here. Very talented. He has some books.
I've only been in probably 2 or 3 houses that a badass architect actually did.
Architect can make a really big difference, but sometimes they go rogue and it's more about the design than functionality.
Yeah.
They can really get their feelings hurt, like if you tell them their baby's ugly.
Yeah.
So it's I just hired an architect for my team that worked for Ron Ferris. Well, she's going to sell, but she's going to be an asset and be able to walk in with a buyer and say, if you wanted to change this, you can do this, this, and this. And I also have a general contractor on my team, Kristen Carbine, and I think the 3 of us are going to partner up and build some inventory for the team to sell, which I'm super excited about.
I think doing what you're doing is probably the best thing you could be developer. It's kind of like a developer.
Small developments. Right? We want to build little jewel boxes that are between 4,500 and 5,500 square feet. More traditional transitional pieces, more classic design, not the white modern box, but cedar shake roofs, clapboard, stone, lots of layers, a lot of texture.
What are the most popular styles for houses around here these days?
Nashville is a mixed bag. They have everything.
Because people, it seems like a long time ago, didn't take chances. That's why there's no mid-centuries here. They all just did a ranch or whatever. They did what everybody else was doing.
There's a few good mid-centuries. You'll come up on something and you're like, wow, how did I not know? I've driven by this a million times. How did I? Little hidden gems. There's a lot of bad modern architecture in Nashville.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's going to look pretty terrible in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, there's not that many people, more now than there used to be, just kind of going with their own vibe.
Yeah.
Like what they actually like.
Yeah. I really want to create something intentional and something that I'll be proud to drive by in 20 years.
Yeah.
And
that'll
say to my
still
kids,
be there forever.
Yeah.
Because people because our house is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
There's pictures of cars in the 30s out, in the driveway. It's
wild.
Been changed.
And the stories,
The stories, yeah.
The stories that have happened here.
Christopherson got knocked out with a frying pan in the kitchen. I mean, there's so many stories. And there was a diamond. Doris that was married to Mel Tillis threw her diamond in the back. They never found it. I think we built the garage over it, but our kids look for it with a metal detector forever.
What do you think Christopherson did to get knocked out with a frying pan?
I know what he did because Doris told us she's the one that knocked him out. That was Mel's wife. They disappeared for days. And back then, there's no cell phones. They disappeared and he was instigating it. And so him and Mel were gone for 4 days and didn't,
What do you think they were doing? Partying.
And so then they came back and Mel fell asleep and Christopherson was sitting at the table and Doris was, I guess, making him breakfast. I don't know. But then he smarted off to her and she just popped him in the head with that pan.
That is unbelievable.
She was the best. The lady that we kept as much as we could of what she did here. She's Pam Tillis's mom.
Are you friends with Pam?
Yeah, I like Pam.
My nose is
Pam
running. I'm
loves
sorry.
it here. I mean, Pam, we rented on Airbnb for 2 summers, and Pam, they were always wanting to rent. I'm like, yeah, you guys can totally rent. But every time I even talk to Pam about the house, she cries every time. When we came
Did she grow up here?
Yeah. When we came to move in here, when we came here to look at the house, she was in the kitchen crying. And I was like, Chris, Pam Tillis is in the kitchen crying. I couldn't figure out what was going on. You know what I mean? And she was in there and she was just very emotional. And being songwriters, we had a song recorded by her. I didn't even understand what was happening. And then
see the emotion a home can bring you though.
Oh yeah. We've been here 25 years and she still can't talk about it without crying. I mean, she's that emotional and I had her on the podcast to talk about the house, and she said they still, her and her sister will pull in the side driveway and just sit there and kind of talk to their mom.
That's why I love this job because I feel like it's the most intimate thing that you can help somebody through.
Yeah.
It's where they're going to lay their head at night. It's where all the stories.
It's where they live their life.
It's where they live their life, where they love each other, where they fight, where, all of the things happen, where they bring their first child home, where they teach somebody to ride a bike.
Where they conceive their child a lot of times.
Yeah. So,
oh, wow. Katie, that's so good.
Well, it's special that you get to be a part of that.
Yeah. There's a girl that we know that I love that does spray tans, and I'm fascinated by her job. I love her job because she'll go to Reese Witherspoon's house. You know what I mean? Like, she'll go to all these celebrities' houses because she takes her little tent and sprays everybody. And she sees all their you know what I mean? Like, she's in their world for a little bit.
It's a glimpse. It's a window.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's things that you have to hold sacred, because we have a fiduciary duty we can't talk about.
Yeah.
Things that we see and witness and get to be a part of. So you become the vault.
Yeah, totally. That's the thing. Like, I'm fascinated by people's own little worlds, because you'll go to somebody's house and it'll be so different sometimes than what you thought.
I know that's really interesting when that happens.
This guy, like this songwriter guy who was such a redneck, we went over there to write, and like everything in his house was so like you don't see houses like this much. It was like a mid-century vibe, but everything in there was like from a certain era. Like I hadn't been in a house.
He was a collector.
Yeah. And I would never have expected this guy to be, like that. And then you go in some people's houses and you think they're going to have so much style and stuff.
And they don't.
Yeah. And then their house is like nothing like you would have imagined. And then so many people like rent houses that are like, that's one thing I don't know. After we sell, I wouldn't mind renting for a little bit because it seems pretty easy.
It's very easy. And I think renting, when I have people moving to Nashville, a lot of times, believe it or not, I will suggest, why don't you rent for a minute and see what neighborhood you actually want to be in?
Smart.
Because you get so many people who move here from California, New York, and Chicago, and they think, oh, I want to live out in Franklin. I want to live in Brentwood. I want the land.
Yeah.
And then they call me. They call me.
Till the storm hits.
Yeah.
They got 20
or
trees
till they have
down.
to take care of it. Or they're on an island and they really want the walkability. I had one client that has spent close to like $32 million with me because she kept changing her mind.
Oh, she didn't know what she wanted?
She didn't know what she wanted.
Did she buy multiple houses?
Multiple houses. We sold multiple houses. And, she finally found the right spot.
Did she stay?
She has a place in Tennessee, but she is not in Nashville. But she has a beautiful farm in East Tennessee. And it's exactly, the perfect fit. But it takes people sometimes several times to really kind of figure it out. But if you rent,
smart.
I would rather someone rent and we find the right fit than have to do it 2 or 3 times.
That's what Chris and me are talking about, like, because he really wants to move to LA. And like, I'm like,
LA, that's surprising.
Yeah, I'm like, we can't just
why?
To LA. He always is wanting to do something. You know what I mean? Like, I think the weather. And I'm into the weather. I hate it here in the wintertime. Like, daylight savings time makes me just
4:30.
Oh, I can't take it. And in the summer, it stays sunshine till 8:15 or 8:30. And then we go to 4:15. It's getting dark.
I know.
That should not be happening.
Well, you need just 2 places. You can have a little place here
that's
and then
what
a
I
little
wanna
place
do.
somewhere else. Yeah.
But I don't know. Ever since I saw those fires burning.
I think the people here are so special.
The people are so special. Everybody from LA's moving here saying don't move there.
I know.
Like, how many houses do you sell to people that are from LA?
1 million.
Is that the majority?
A lot of San Francisco, a lot of Bay Area, a lot of Northern California, a lot of Chicago. Now we're getting New York. But, one thing that's so special about Nashville is all these people come from all over kind of to live out a dream. You did that, right?
Yeah.
And you've got the artists, but you also have the healthcare. You have...
and the healthcare's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got sports and entertainment. You've got, Oracle, Starbucks. But I think what makes it special are the artists, because people coming here to follow a dream, that magic.
Yes.
Is kind of contagious.
It's known for it. Like
it's known
Music
for
City.
It's known for it. And it's wild just going to dinner and the talent that the person, waiting your table has.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like there's been so many times that we've gone to eat and like the waiter gave us, like his name or a QR code or something to go listen to his music. And sometimes like the people will be so amazing. There was something I heard once, this guy, he was like one of the biggest songwriters to ever live, Bob McDill. He said, to be a songwriter, you got to have the heart of a poet and the skin of a rhino.
Ooh.
Isn't that good?
That's so good.
It's so hard with kids.
How did you navigate that, being such an empath and feeling so much?
I feel like I was just an idiot. Like, that's what I feel like. Like, I still look back and I'm kind of amazed at anything that ever happened, to be honest. Like, because when
But you're a manifester.
I am a manifester, but back then I didn't even know what that meant.
But you were doing it.
Yeah, I was doing it because I was obsessed and that's all I thought about. Like, I think I would just work harder than anybody else, honestly. I mean, like, I didn't really have anything else. I would just work. Nobody could outwork me.
How are you getting, like, the rights? How are you doing that?
Well, what happened, like I tried to get a writing deal. And so I went to a publisher. I went to a million, but I remember this one guy telling me like, I don't get it. He's like, you don't sing. Well, first of all, my dad told me I was tone deaf.
Do you not sing?
I sing. I got offered a record deal, but I don't sing.
You're more of a writer.
Oh, yeah. I'm way more of a writer. Like, nobody like Martina actually told Joe Galante he should give me a record deal. He thought she was crazy. My voice is very, very weird. So anytime I sang a song,
that can be
or
a good
demo,
thing, though.
It can be a good thing. I got offered a record deal by this guy, John Kalodner, and he signed Aerosmith. He's a rock guy. He signed so many big people. He's a legend. He's kind of like the first Rick Rubin. I don't know if you've heard of Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin.
I love Rick Rubin. He's Rick
Black
Rubin's
Crowes,
mentor.
Beastie Boys.
Yes. He just did
He's his
everything.
mentor.
Yeah, he's his mentor. He looked like John Lennon. He was such a trip. He had a long beard and long hair. But he called me one day and offered me a record deal. And I was flipped out because I had just found out I was pregnant with Oscar 30 minutes before he called me.
Wow.
And so I was like, I can't really even deal with this right now. That's what I told him, because we already had Levi, who was 2, and I was just like so flipped out.
Reeling from everything.
He couldn't even believe it though, but I didn't want that life. You know what I mean?
That's what I work. That's a hard life, don't you think?
Yeah, you got to live for it. Like Taylor Swift, that is her life. Now she's like
getting ready to
getting
live some
older,
life
so
too.
she can like get married and everything. But the people that are the most successful, like Taylor and Kenny, that's his life. It's not like he's going home.
You're just giving yourself all day,
all
every
of it,
day.
everything. Like Kenny works so hard. Like, I mean, he just rehearses. Like when he goes on tour, he cares so much, and he rehearses so hard. Like, and he doesn't have kids. He doesn't have a wife. It's his whole world. And like Taylor, I think the great thing now, she's found love, and she was born to
Makes me so happy.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Like,
what a special human being.
She has always been special. Like I've never met anybody like her in my whole life. Like, I was fascinated with her from the very first time I met her, because I'd never met anybody like that. Like, back then, she changed Nashville. Like, she was like a tsunami that hit Nashville as far as female artists.
Such a class act.
They all think they got to write everything now. But the thing with Taylor, she had a published deal at 13. She's like a once in a generation songwriter.
Prodigy.
Yeah. I mean, and she's worked her ass off. By the time she was like 17, she had written 1,000 songs, like, so that's so different. We've written with so many girls that they're like, for me, they might be talented, but I don't care anything except for what I want to hear their songs. You know what I mean? Like, because nothing else matters.
No.
Even Adele.
It's got to be a good song.
Yeah, it's got to be. That's
got to be
all
a good
that
song.
Matters.
Yeah.
You could be an kind of okay singer and have a hit, but you're not going to have a hit even if you're Adele with a shitty song.
It's the truth.
I mean, and
that's the key, right?
It's the total key. I mean, it's the total key. Like, we've had so many people out here that like good example. And I try to preach it, but everybody thinks, well, you're a songwriter. No wonder you think that. It's not that I've got to write it. Anybody can write it. That part don't matter. But how important the song is. You know, like we were out here and Chris was telling that girl Megan Trainor, like, you're such a great singer. And like they were talking about stuff. She did that song all about that bass.
Yeah.
And so she's my example I use if I'm talking to an artist. Like, okay, you can write, like there's been so many country artists that have kind of had hits. They've been around forever. I don't want to say names, but they've been around forever. People kind of know who they are. They might have had songs that charted and went to maybe 10.
But the song wasn't good enough.
Yeah. And then you'll have somebody like Megan Trainor. They come out with a song and then they're headlining everything. They move right to the front. They're the headliner. They're playing on every TV show.
It's wild.
Some people work for 15 years and maybe get to play on one award show. Like, it's all the song. It's always the song. The biggest bands of all time, like the Beatles, they had the best songwriters in the band. They had 4 of them. The Eagles, they had the best songwriters in the band. Freddie Mercury, that's always the story. Like, because I just feel like for me, and I say it all the time, like every girl singer that moves here, they're like the best singer in their hometown.
I know. They get here. I know. And then you're just on equal playing ground, baby. It better be good. The song better be good.
It's always the song.
I know.
And like I tell Chris all the time, like, everybody can sing. I don't even give a shit if they can sing. To me, that don't even matter. If they come over here and play something that's interesting, you know what I mean?
Don't you think too, though, Aimee, it's about evoking emotion?
Oh, yeah.
Like you can have 2 people sing a great song, but one that can 100%. Evoke the emotion.
They're communicators.
Yeah, storytellers.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a storyteller.
You're right on the money with that, because that's what I mean. Anybody, it's like a beauty pageant contest with somebody singing. You know, so many people can sing, but to make somebody feel something.
An emotion is a gift.
I mean, it's such a gift. And I remember my favorite like performance ever on like an award show. I don't know if you've seen it. I couldn't show it on here. I wish I could because of copyrights. But Taylor Swift, when she was 15, she came out. I get emotional even thinking about it. And I've watched it 100 times, but she came out like at the awards in her little dress, and she's like 15 or 16. And she's playing acoustic. Okay, so there's all the, everybody else had dancers and they're doing all the stuff.
Yeah.
Completely stripped down. And like she comes out and sings Tim McGraw. And like her vocal ain't perfect by any means. You got all the jealous people tearing shit apart. But I mean, if you don't feel that, I get emotional even thinking about it. If you don't feel that performance, I mean, it's so good. It's so
raw.
Good. It's so raw and real. And she's by herself. She's like 15. Oh, it's so good. Like, but it's so vulnerable. I told Chris, if you don't like that, it's like kicking Bambi in the face or something. It doesn't even make sense but people tore her apart. People were always mean to her. Like, always mean to her.
Well, jealousy.
I think it's jealousy, yeah.
I do too. I'm like, if you don't like her, what is wrong with you?
Well, if you're a songwriter and can't respect what she's done, especially if you're a female, if you can't acknowledge what she's done, because nobody else has done it.
Well, not only that, an example she's been for girls
she's
and women
always,
in a class act.
Yes.
And she's never embarrassed herself. I mean, who has grown up in the spotlight like that?
Okay, so if you're going to sell your house, what do you think are the top 3 things people care about?
I think people want it to be in shape. So like, how old is your roof? How old are the HVACs? What condition are your windows in? Less is more. So decluttering as much as you possibly can, and a fresh coat of paint goes a long way.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What about curb appeal?
Landscaping. That's something cheap and easy just to get freshened up, making sure you have all the bushes trimmed, making sure you have down mulch, the grass is cut. First impression.
Oh, I love that. What's the biggest mistake people make when they're going to sell their house? And what's the biggest when they're going to buy a house?
Doing something super buyer specific, like going in and decorating it just to their own taste.
Yeah.
So like putting up a crazy wallpaper, that not everybody's going to like. I always say just paint it white and take down all your personal pictures and make it look like nobody lives here.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
Because people get caught up in the things.
Yeah.
And they lose touch with the house.
And everybody's going to want something different.
Everybody wants something different.
Somebody might tell you renovate the kitchen, but then I think, well, if somebody's buying our house, they're going to be fixing shit the way they want it. So let them do it however they want to do it.
Exactly. It just depends.
What we did.
Yeah, it just depends. Sometimes, I'll go in and I'll say, this has to be done. And then sometimes I'll go in and say, no, just let the next person do it.
Yeah.
But price it accordingly.
Yeah, totally.
You can't price it like it has a kitchen that's
brand
redone.
New.
Yeah.
What about do you ever put a house on the market and then be like, this is way too cheap. I shouldn't have done it this cheap.
No, because I do a 3-phase marketing approach every time.
Oh yeah.
And so I will price it probably higher in the first phase.
Yeah.
And I do it in an exclusive, a pocket listing.
Yeah.
And I send it out to my sphere and then the top 1% agents. And we test the pricing. And then if I don't get any bites at that pricing, then I'll refine it and I'll back it down for a coming soon. And if I still don't get any bites, then I really refine the pricing before I put it on MLS so it doesn't get market worn.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I guess you just learned stuff doing this a long time, how to do it.
20 plus years, yeah.
Okay, so this is a better last question probably. If you had one piece of advice to give people, what would it be?
When they're selling?
Or just in life?
In life, okay. Never take anything personal and nobody owes you anything.
Oh, I like that. That's like that book, The 4 Agreements. Yep. That's one of the best books of all time. I love that. And that made me think nobody owes you anything.
Nobody owes you anything.
Oprah said you're responsible for your own life.
You are. Nobody is going to do it for you.
Yeah, it's so good.
Nobody's going to go get it for you.
It's so good.
If you want it, go get it.
I like that. That's a good ending. If you want it, go get it.
If you want it, go get it.
Oh, I love that. You guys rock. Thank you for watching.